guess a Kellogg's box isn't gonna work as a stand. So, I thought about moving production down here to the basement of my house to... Wow, this is really... Why? It goes really far back. I feel like having it down in the basement here would be nice. The only thing is, I really don't have a stand yet, so I'm using a seat cushion, a hanger, and a Kellogg's box, and a pencil to hold this phone up. Man, this is really squeaky. Can you hear that? Okay, I can't even. This is just code. So, what I want this video to be is basically me ranting, dissing, basically brushing off any sort of SMS, messaging. So, number 1. My first rant on texting is the uber ubiquitous use of the acronym LOL. I use it all the time. It's just filler. It's basically when you have like 5 characters left in your little thing that says you can use 140, and you're like, oh, I might as well use the whole thing because I'm sending just one message, so LOL. It's really just the most useless, pathetic thing you can even think to try to get away with when texting. I think it originally meant something when it, people started first using it. But when I use it, I'm not laughing out loud. I didn't even crack a smile. This is for confidence. Number 2. There are so many emojis. They have cocktail emojis. They have ones with alligators and people dancing. They have ones that are like on Skype when they got ones that move, like I'm moving. What I don't like is when people think they can substitute actually talking with the use of these little picture things. I guess they, just people like getting sick of black and white text up and down the page. Maybe a little cartoon would liven it up. But in the end, it just ends up being an excuse. It's just like the LOL. It just ends up being something that doesn't really mean anything. Number 3. There's people that they get your number, and you don't know how they got your number. You didn't authorize the use of your number for them to text you. You don't know who they are. And the thing is, they act like you guys have been friends the whole time. Maybe you are. Maybe they're just going by some different name now. I really don't know how to react in those kind of situations. Usually I just kind of like, kind of like this the whole time. Number 4. Really, these are usually people that are, nice, but usually they catch me at the worst times. Just leave me alone. I'm in the shower, or I'm, watching TV, or I'm sleeping, and somehow they manage to text me. And, they want to get into a really deep conversation about life, and shopping, and relationships, and I don't know where to go with any of those. You feel bad for having to, snake your way through with trying to get out of the conversation, but you do. You want to get out. You don't want to do this. Number 5. And this one has happened to me, believe it or not, and it is extremely annoying. And this should be my number 1 reason for hating texting, is because there is a certain level of expectation when you text someone that within I don't know, the next half hour they should text back, because everybody has their phones with them. I have my phone. I have my phone with me. I have it right now. I'm recording with my phone. You've texted them before and they've texted back in that frame of time, and you aren't now. And you gotta just keep texting them to make them maybe understand how really bad you want to text them. So you're like, hey. And so you're like, hey again. And then you ask if they're there. And then maybe you ask if they're busy. And then you wait a day because you don't want to be pushy. And then you say hey again. And then you can scroll back and see all the times he said hey and they haven't replied, just a long line of blue. And finally, then they reply. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I am so happy you replied. Thank you for finally replying. You are so... And then they tell you that they're really busy and they just wanted to tell you to stop texting them. I'm recycling this, don't worry. If you like that, like the video, please. It really looks good. If you don't like it, then people won't like it. And that makes me sad. I'm crying, but you can't tell because I have the glasses on. I hope to start doing a regular schedule to get these videos out, and hopefully maybe by the time I actually post this video, I'll have a set schedule. I'm thinking maybe Saturdays. Just see how it goes. That's about it.